annual Gerard D. Downing Service to Children Award, which is presented by the SANE team at the Kids Place.
I was told that Nancy was going to receive the 5th annual Downing Service to Children Award. I too was delighted, and when you read through Nancy's resume, you can't help but think, first, when does she sleep? And second, just how many cups of coffee per day does it take to pull off some of what she pulls off. But then when you read through it, it truly is emblematic of a life's dedication to people in our community who too often don't have a voice, too often aren't thought of. When we think about those headlines for the DA's office, or when we think about the different troubles that we have, the dedication, whether it's to the Shakespeare in the Courts program, to trying to find ways for people who may have strayed off the path to work through the challenges that they have and become an active and engaged member of their community, whether it's working in the juvenile courts, whether it's working as a volunteer for the Pittsfield Public Schools, or for any number of cultural institutions and organizations just up and down this street. Nancy's life is one dedicated not only to the community, but especially to those in the community who need a voice, who deserve a voice, and who too often don't have that voice. So Nancy, it is with great pleasure that I present you another one of these cardboard things with words that the mayor and I don't understand. An official citation from the Massachusetts State Senate that says, "Be it known that the Massachusetts Senate hereby extends its congratulations to Nancy Macauley in recognition of your being chosen as the 2008 recipient of the Gerard D. Downing Service to Children Award. And be it further known that the Massachusetts Senate extends best wishes for continued success, that this citation be duly signed by the President of the Senate and attested to, and a copy thereof transmitted by the Clerk of the Senate, and it's signed by Therese Murray, the President of the Senate, and by me." So thank you very much.
Thank you, Ben. Some among us who are gathered here today were Jerry's friends, others worked with him, but all of us together loved him. Jerry selfishly dedicated his career to public service, protecting the community in which he was raised. He had an unwavering commitment to advancing the rights of victims, in particular, those most vulnerable, children, seniors, and the disabled. Jerry had a passion for community service, and he served his Berkshire County community, not only as its chief law enforcement official, but also as a coach, role model, and mentor. And had a lasting positive effect on a great many children in Berkshire County. The Gerard D. Downing Service to Children Award is presented annually, as the award states, to the person who has distinguished him or herself by an active commitment to the safety, well-being, and enrichment of the lives of the children of Berkshire County. And this year, we have a most deserving recipient. I'm very proud that this award is being presented in memory of my good friend. And I'm also pleased that I'm the one who can personally present it. Nancy Macauley has worked as an advocate for children for over a quarter of a century. She began her career 27 years ago at the South Forty, the Day Treatment Center for Youth in North Berkshire County. She became, several years later, an adolescent caseworker and did so for 15 years for the Department of Social Services, first here in Pittsfield and then later on the North Shore near Boston. Thankfully, she returned to Berkshire County and was appointed as a probation officer of the newly formed Berkshire Juvenile Court. As a probation officer, Nancy has helped to develop and direct creative programs providing youth with positive alternatives in their lives. She has been the coordinator of Shakespeare in the Courts, in which she's worked very closely, not only with Judge Parachi and Kevin Coleman, but with so many youths over the years. This is an innovative program which is recognized as a model nationally, and in fact was given an award by the President's Council on the Arts and Humanities, which we're very proud that Nancy, Judge Parachi, and Kevin could go down to the White House to receive. All of Berkshire County should be proud not only of Nancy, but all the work of the court and Shakespeare and Company for that work. She's also worked very hard on the RAISE program in collaboration with the Clark Art Institute, as well as the Choices program for adolescent girls. And as a parent, she's been very much active in the Pittsfield Public Schools, working on truancy prevention and the promotion of positive social behavior through educational programs in our schools. But the most important thing is that Nancy is not just a gifted and dedicated professional and mother. It's her personality and character that stand out and why she is here today as the recipient. Her energy and upbeat attitude are infectious. And when you're around her, you can't help but feel better about your life and about life in general. One only has to wonder how many kids under her guidance have thought, gee, I want to be like her. And what more important gift could you offer a child than that? As a community, is providing a safe, accepting, enjoyable place, allowing them to be kids, but under the guidance of caring adults who provide safety and act as role models. Jerry Downing served as a positive role model for our community's children. That's why the award is presented in his memory. And that's why Nancy Macauley is this year's recipient. Nancy, please come.
I'm honored and proud to receive 5th Annual Gerard D Service to Children Award. It's humbling to be recognized by my peers for what I believe is done by so many. If you look around in this room, you'll see a room filled with people whose volunteerism touches the families of Berkshire County every day. DSS, we have people from the Baptist Church, we have people from Juvenile Court, the DA's office, everyone here. My friends, the Briggs, everyone. I share this award with all of you. I first met Jerry in 1997 when I was hired as a juvenile probation officer for Berkshire County. I was immediately struck by his kindness and willingness to share his knowledge with a group of green probation officers that just really, we all were so wide-eyed and so excited to be in this position. Jerry took us under his wing, and he gave us courage and insight to the importance of our mission. In the beginning, as a group, we'd walk down North Street to the DA's office and sit together around a large table and talk. I always felt welcome and eager to be in the company of Jerry and his staff. Jerry would sit back and listen. He never judged. He was compassionate and offered insight. Jerry taught me that it was all right that I was the nurturer of the group. He understood that I was the one that sometimes thought, maybe he didn't mean to do it. As a dear friend of mine said, Jerry got it. He knew that there was good within all, and that in the work we do, we have to look beyond what is in front of us. We must go out and see the whole picture. The day Jerry died, I mourned. I remember how sad I felt. As the funeral procession went by, as a staff, I mourned. I remember how sad I felt. As the funeral procession went by, as a staff, we stood arms locked outside of Berkshire Juvenile Court, saying goodbye and thank you. Our hearts ached. From him, I realized the responsibility I hold in my hands.
Doesn't do like as much for herself as she does for everyone else. She definitely does deserve it.
So, how does it feel?
It's wonderful.
Yeah.
It really is. It's a great honor. Thank you very much.
That's it.